Hello, my name is Bram Desmet. I'm the CEO of Solventure, and today I will introduce you to leading indicator forecasting. So we will try to solve three questions. So first of all, why? Second question, how? And third question will be on what do we actually do. Let's start with the why. The first observation is that many companies are still using traditional forecasting techniques, which are basically extrapolation methods. So they look at the trend and the seasonality over the last 2 to 3 years, and they will extend that type of trend and seasonality into the future. And we also see that there is a lot of data available. We live in the age of open data. So there's a lot of macroeconomic indicators available. There's a lot of weather information available. Yeah? And what we actually want to do at companies is match your sales data with those external indicators to improve your sales forecasting. How do we do that? Let me try to show a simple example. So if this is time and this is your sales may be doing something like the following. And the traditional forecasting will be good as long as the trend is more or less constant. As long as I'm over here, the traditional forecast will be good, but the traditional forecast has an issue when there is a change in the trend. So the question then of course becomes, can I find leading indicators which help me to better turn the corner? That's the question we are after. And preferably I want to have an indicator which is sufficiently leading, so where I know this indicator had a peak over here and that it explains a peak in my sales with a certain lag. This is the lag, and we are looking for lags anywhere between 3 to 12 months. So that's how we do it. What do we do at companies? Well, to explore that leading indicator forecasting technique and principle and way of working, we typically start with a brainstorm in the company. And we try to have people around the table of marketing, of sales, of supply chain. You can also involve people from procurement. Anybody who has a good understanding of what are your market drivers. We start with a mind map on potential drivers, and then we do a statistical analysis. So we have a database today of around 2 million indicators. We look with keywords, what are the relevant indicators coming from your mind mapping and brainstorm session. If you expect 10 or 15 or 20 indicators, typically part of those will be confirmed as relevant by the statistical analysis. Part will also be disconfirmed. We will not find a significant relationship with your sales. And through doing a brute force analysis, by just mapping your sales data to the 2 million indicators, we typically are also able to reveal new indicators and new relationships of which previously you were not necessarily aware. That's how we approach it. That gives a start. It makes people think about what are market drivers and how can we incorporate that into the forecast. Next steps would typically be to do a pilot and say, okay, based on these indicators, we will now make a forecast for 3 or 6 months, and we will compare those forecasts each month with the forecasts that we currently have in place. And once we have built sufficient confidence, then we can go into an operational forecasting phase. So that's a short introduction of leading indicator forecasting, and I hope you enjoy it.